Hello and welcome to another exterior video where I work on my truck. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. And today's video is gonna be part of a maintenance that you actually should do all the time. If you have a modified car, or if you go off-road often, or even you have a bumpy, very rough roads where you live. And what I'm talking about is to check in all the bolts, all the nuts and everything, to make sure that everything is tight on the suspension part, nothing is loose. You don't want anything to come loose and break off, especially on a trail. So I would actually recommend checking all the bolts and torquing everything before off-roading and after off-roading. But since I am going to East Coast Exterior Challenge next week, so today is the last weekend before the event, I am gonna check all my fluids, make sure everything is topped off, and make sure everything is in good condition, my engine oil, my transmission, my brake, my antifreeze, everything, my differentials. And I'm gonna check all the bolts, torque everything, make sure everything is tight, nothing is loose, nothing is bouncing or anything. So that's what I'm gonna start doing right now. So first gonna check my engine oil, make sure it's enough, and it still looks okay. It's still okay. I might add a little bit actually, but so it's somewhat in the middle, slightly below half. So I'm actually gonna add a little bit of oil. Now since I'm dealing with oil, I'm gonna drain everything whatever I have in my oil catch can. I'm pretty sure it's probably have a lot of oil in it. Let's take it out. Last time I dumped it out in the winter, so it's been a few months. It's not half of it, but it's still, you can see it's you guys can see it's over there. It's maybe a quarter of a catch can. So gonna dump it out, clean it and put it back. All right, just gonna add a little bit of oil just to freshen it up a little bit. But after the trip I'm gonna drain it. It's almost about due time, and refill it with a new oil. Now I'm gonna check my antifreeze level, but I'm pretty sure it's still good. Well, can actually add a little bit more. Not gonna hurt. All right, good enough. The power steering looks good. Now to check the transmission fluid level, you actually need to start the truck, let it run, warm up, then go through the gears multiple times, and then you, as the car is running, you gotta check the level of the transmission fluid. So that's what I'm gonna do now. All right, so the car is up to operating temperatures, so just gonna go through all the gears. And now we're gonna check it. Let's pull it out. Still looks good. Still looks good and pink. Let's check it again. Yeah. Still good. Nice. So now that this part is pretty much done, now I'm gonna work and checking all the bolts, all the nuts, everything, make sure everything is tight. Torque all the bolts to spec. Once again, I'm gonna use LEXIVON torque wrench, which I bought especially when I was doing the Titan swap, so I can torque everything. And I've been using it for so many years. It has a little bit use and abuse, but it still works great. I'm very happy with it. It was pretty cheap, bought it on Amazon, and yeah, it works great. So I would definitely guys recommend to check it out. It's pretty cool. So anyways, let's start with the body mounts. We have 5 bolts on each side, which I'm gonna torque to 65 foot-pound of torque. So I'm gonna remove the lock, twist this to 65. So that's 50, 55, 60, 65, and lock it up. I'm gonna go around and make sure it's all tight. You see guys, this one is a little bit loose. There we go. So is this one slightly. There we go. And that's it guys, that is torque to spec. As you saw, a couple of bolts were a little bit loose, so they needed a little bit few turns to click, but that's done. Now I'm gonna check everything in the back, because that's the less stuff I have in there. Torque all the U-bolts to spec, make sure they are still tight, which they should, and they're supposed to be 53 foot-pound of torque. But if you go 55, that's fine too. Okay, and the U-bolts are good. Now I'm gonna check the leaf springs bolts, but they look good as well. That doesn't look like they moved. And both bolts for shackle, the lower and the upper, they need to be torqued to 77 foot-pound of torque, but if you go 80, that's fine as well. And they still good. And the upper shock mounts, they're supposed to be torqued to 33 foot-pound of torque, but you can go 35. There we go. Alright, and in the rear it's all tight and good. So now I'm gonna work on the front suspension. So now I'm gonna torque my upper control arm nut over here, which is supposed to be to 150 foot-pound of torque. That's a lot. Now I'm gonna torque the lower shock mount, which is supposed to be 150 foot-pound of torque as well. I'm gonna check the top bolts, which is supposed to be only like 35 foot-pound of torque. And then I'm gonna make sure that the upper control arms are tight as well, which is supposed to be 94 foot-pound of torque. And then I'm just gonna start checking my skid plates, my bumper, that nothing is loose, nothing is bouncing. And yeah, so gonna do that real quick. It's gonna be kind of hard to record over here because the space is limited, but at least you guys know the idea, the plan. Now I also lift up the front of my truck, and I move my tires side to side, up and down, all directions, make sure that the hubs are still good, that everything is still good and nothing is loose, nothing is bouncing and making any noise, so that's good. Everything seems to be good. And there you go guys, all is done, all the fluids is checked off. I also checked my rear and front differential, they're still good, there's still plenty of fluid. I torqued all the bolts, checked all the bolts. As you saw, a couple of body mounts were a little bit loose, so there were a few twists before it actually clicked. And then I checked all the suspension parts, they all seems to be good. I tightened up a couple of bolts on the skid plates, and I tightened up 2 bolts on the bumper mount. These 2 bolts were a little bit loose, but not extremely loose of course, but just I had a little bit of more turns. So it's very important to check your bolts all the time. Like I said, if you have modified truck, if you touched it before, then it's not original anymore. Stuff changes, and if you drive on the bumpy roads and if you drive off-road, it is highly recommended to check all the time. I'm very excited, very anxious to go to East Coast Exterior Challenge. Cannot wait, just a few more days left. The day before I'm gonna gather all the parts, all the fluids, that whatever I'm gonna take with me. I'm just gonna take maybe a CV axle, maybe two tire rods, just in case. You never know. Hopefully nobody's gonna break anything there, but it's better be prepared. And then of course I'm gonna load it up with all the parts. I'm gonna load it up with all the stuff that I bring it to the raffles. I'm very excited about that. I'm happy and glad that I'm able to bring some stuff this year. Also big thank you to the company, the RUGCEL, the one that helped me provide me with a winch for the raffles. That's why I'm bringing. Like, gonna be like the biggest price from me. It's almost like $600 or so. So very excited about that. Hopefully one of the guys over there is gonna win it, and of course gonna be happy, I hope. So very excited. So as this video is gonna come out, I'm gonna be already in Pennsylvania off-roading, and hopefully gonna have a good time over there. Hopefully nobody's gonna break. Unlike last year, a lot of cars broke and that was a crazy event, but it's something to remember as well. But anyways, on this note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you might find it helpful, and as always, until next time, everybody, bye.